want to begin by reviewing why I ran to become mayor. When I learned that our previous mayor decided not to run for a third term, our community had several vacant big box spaces available. The scare of COVID was ending, or at least easing. I saw Quincy at a crossroads. To me, I saw an opportunity to grow. The city provided additional tools to provide incentives to attract businesses. I ran on several issues: the importance of public safety, both fire and police, the importance of increased infrastructure improvements, the need to bring back retailers to Quincy to return as a strong retail hub that it previously was. Fourth, needed to pay down our unfunded fire and police pension liabilities. And five, I love Quincy. I was raised here. My wife was raised here. We were blessed to raise our 3 children here. Quincy was a great family town. It remains a great family town. And I am thrilled that my grandchildren are now also being raised in Quincy. This past Friday, I had the privilege of presenting my 3rd State of the City update to the Quincy Service Club, formerly the Exchange Club. In that presentation, I listed what I thought were the top 10 accomplishments for this past year. Top on the list was the Quincy Target store opening this past August. This took almost a year of discussions with the developer, and if it was not for the financial incentive from the city's food and beverage tax dollars, the developer would not have brought Target to Quincy. We continue to work with our property owners and developers to recruit additional retailers to fill empty spaces. As we look back to my previous campaign goal, promises made, promises delivered. Infrastructure was another of the top 10 accomplishments. Let's look at the 2 charts in front of me. The top chart shows the recent investment made by the city since 1996 through this past year. You will note that in my 3 years as mayor, the city has more than doubled our investment in our core infrastructure and even more investments on top of that. Campaign promise delivered. Regarding public safety, in all 3 years serving as your mayor, I have presented budgets that have fully funded both fire and police departments. Recently, we've been able to get both departments to full staffing. For the record, okay, the only reason why we were not able to have full police and fire staffing or staff departments was during COVID. As officers and firefighters retired, the academies that are required for each new officer to go through were closed. Once these academies opened, each academy limited the number of spots that allowed for our departments to send new hires for training. This past year, we provided $1 million to purchase 2 new fire trucks, which will ensure that our emergency equipment remains current to protect our residents, businesses, and visitors. For our police department, we budget purchasing 2 to 3 new vehicles annually. Again, as stated in my campaign, I support public safety and believe that these actions confirm my support. Regarding our unfunded fire and police pension obligations. First, how did we get to $100 million unfunded position with these obligations? Previous administrations and city councils found ways to kick this liability into the future. It made it easier to use taxpayer money in other ways, but it left an increasing financial burden for future taxpayers. In my term as mayor, we continue funding over 100% of our annual requirements on these pensions. We have reduced the unfunded fire and police pension amount, but we still have a significant balance to pay down. As we are reducing this obligation, we believe that staying on course, the city will meet its obligations on both of these pensions. My happiest moment was last year when we proposed this and the city council agreed to reduce the city's property tax levy rate to the lowest rate in 40 years. This reduced your city portion of your property taxes, and again, this year, we were able to keep that historically reduced rate. Yes, we are busy in Quincy. What is the future? In discussing campaigning with my family, they expressed concerns. The political climate in the United States is just not healthy. In our state, we have the same as we see nationally. The political climate makes the decision to run very challenging. I am proud of how I've been able to lead Quincy serving as your mayor. I believe that we have delivered on major issues, but I see that there is much work ahead. Based on my health and on my family's support, I am excited to announce my decision to run for re-election as mayor of Quincy.
Okay.
It will be up to you, the voters. I hope that you will support me, my campaign, to win another 4 years as your mayor. Based on winning your support, votes, and returning as your mayor, I pledge to continue working on behalf of the taxpayers in Quincy to grow our community while maintaining a safe family community. As I bring my campaign committee together, we will be seeking your support for this campaign, but most importantly, I will need your vote. My office at City Hall remains open. I continue to return all calls, and I look forward to my continued service to you and to our community. Together, let's continue building on the past, preparing for the future. Thank you.
Muddy River News. Our home, our news.